Welcome to Spooky News from Spooky Ventures for November 27th, 2020. The last Spooky News was published just before Halloween, and I said it would be 2 to 3 weeks before the next one. Well, it's been 4 weeks, so I apologize for that. Life just got in the way of getting one done sooner, but here we are with a new edition. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone that our YouTube channel, and Spooky Ventures in general, is supposed to be interactive, so please interact. Like and share our videos, leave comments, subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you enjoy seeing. You are a critical part of the Spooky Ventures experience, so please interact. Also, don't forget that after I'm done talking, if you keep the video playing, you will see sources for the various articles, along with more information URLs. Be sure to stay around for that so you can be better informed on the news items presented here. With that out of the way, let's get to the news. While Black Friday is a different thing this year, that is what today is. So it seems to make sense to start with shopping. First, let's have a look at a new release from our friends at Funko. They've just unleashed an Army of Darkness Ash Williams figure on the world. It comes complete with a Necronomicon and boomstick. Next up, LEGO has a new Ecto-1 set that ties into the upcoming installment of the Ghostbusters franchise. With nearly 2,400 pieces, this set builds to 18 inches and comes with a tabletop-style instruction book. It's a coffee table-style book, actually. If you're looking for physical calendars for next year, Spooky Ventures has just unleashed a number of them. They all feature my photography and focus on cemeteries and spooky locations around the Northern Illinois area. You'll find them at GaryHillAuthor.com. Just look for the link for the Spooky Ventures and the Spooky Ventures calendar link under that heading. From shopping, let's move on to gaming. There's a new VR horror game released today called Hinge. The game takes place in an Art Deco building that has just been opened for business. It's said to feature Lovecraftian horror and a game design that's meant to instill fear throughout the run of the whole thing. I've got a couple music news items for you this time around. First, pop band AB6 released a new music video for a song called Mirror. The video is a nod to Halloween, with the group dressed as vampires as they act out the tune. Chicago-based band Smashing Pumpkins have a new album set for release today, and they unleashed a new music video a little while ago as part of the lead-up to it. It's a psychedelic creep fest of a video for a new song titled Witch, which is spelled W-Y-T-T-C-H. The song has lyrics that are suitable for the video, talking about Sam Hain. It seems that the tune would have been appropriate for an October release. Next up is book news, and specifically comic book news. Have you been patiently awaiting the upcoming Morbius movie from Marvel? Well, the living vampire returns in comic book form before his debut on the big screen next March. Morbius, Bond of Blood #1 will hit the racks this month, the month before the movie, that's February. So you'll be able to get an appetizer-sized fix of the bloodlust of Morbius to get you ready for the film. Speaking of films, are you a fan of the Paranormal Activity franchise? I have to admit that I've not seen any of them, but my understanding is that they started off great, but gradually descended into mediocrity with each new entry. Well, apparently the franchise is getting rebooted. According to Bloody Disgusting, there will be a new Paranormal Activity film hitting theaters in March of 2022. On this strange Black Friday, I bring news of another Black Friday. Apparently that's going to be the title of a new horror film starring Bruce Campbell. The movie will focus on a group of toy store employees forced to fight against customers who have been infected with an alien parasite on Black Friday. As someone who has worked a few Black Fridays in retail, the horror seems like it will be real. There is no release date revealed yet, but that movie sounds promising. If you're a fan of Stephen King's psychological horror book, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, you might be pleased to know that a film adaptation is in the works. There is no release date information for the movie, but production is scheduled to begin next year. The divide between home screens and theatrical screens had been on a slow trajectory toward extinction for a while, but the current pandemic has hastened the merging of the two, with many movies seeing simultaneous home video and theatrical release. Personally, it's a trend that I've been looking forward to, and one positive coming out of this current upheaval. With that in mind, this next news item also bridges the gap. It's all about movies, but movies that will air on television. SyFy will be debuting 2 holiday horror films a week apart, one on December 12th and the other on the 19th. The first is a movie called Toys of Terror, and the other is Letters to Santa, or Satan Claus. Sorry, that's hard to say. Spooky stories were traditionally a part of Christmas, so it's good to see that tradition brought back to life in some way. Another news item that bridges the gap between television and film is centered on the 1986 film Sorority House Massacre. A TV series adaptation of the movie is currently underway, but there isn't a lot of information out there yet in terms of where it will air or when. If you're a fan of Shudder's Creepshow series, they will have a winter treat for you. On December 18th, they'll be debuting an episode titled A Creepshow Holiday Special. It should be good for some spooky holiday fun. That's all for the news this time around, but there is one date on our calendar I should bring to your attention. A week from today, December 4th, is Tony Todd's birthday. Star Trek fanatics like myself know him as Worf's brother Kurn, but he's perhaps even better known as Candyman. Happy birthday to the Klingon Candyman. Don't forget, you can always check out our spooky calendar at spookyventures.com. Just scroll down to the bottom of the main page and you'll see the link for the calendar. Once there, you'll find listings of spooky movies set to open and birthdays of important names in horror. Well, that's it for this time. I will do the next spooky news in the next few weeks, hopefully before Christmas. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and always keep it spooky. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.